Today we'll be discussing some simple experiments based on absorption and conduction of water in plants. The first experiment's aim is to show that roots absorb water. If we look at this experimental setup, we find we have taken a test tube which is filled with water and a layer of oil is added above water. Oil being lighter will float on the surface of water. This oil prevents surface evaporation or evaporation of water from the surface. You are asked what is the purpose of pouring oil. We put an uprooted small twig in this test tube and let it remain there for 1 or 2 days. What will be our observation? Now we will find that the level of water in the test tube falls. That is because roots have absorbed water from the test tube. And why have the roots absorbed water? Because aerial parts of the plant have lost water by transpiration. Now transpiration is occurring from the leaves and other aerial parts of the plant, whereas absorption is occurring from the roots. So this is proving both the things, that transpiration is occurring or absorption of water is occurring by the roots. The aim could be either of the two. This setup made here, that is A, is called the control setup. A control setup is always set up parallel to the experimental setup. It helps us to compare our results. That is, here a plant is kept, but here no plant is there. So it will help us to compare our results, that here the change in the water level is due to the plant. That is because plant has absorbed this water, because its aerial parts lost that water by transpiration. So you may be given these two setups and asked which one is the control, A or B. So A is the control. Why is oil added to the surface? To prevent surface evaporation. Third question, what will be your observation? We'll notice a fall in the level of the water in the test tube. Reason for the observation, because roots have absorbed water from the test tube. Why? Because the plant has transpired. Now we move on to experiment number 2 to show that water is conducted upwards through the xylem. Here we take a beaker and half fill it with water. To this water we add any red colored dye or stain, maybe eosin or safranin, and an uprooted plant is put inside this colored water. Its root system is immersed in this water. We let this setup be there like this for 3 to 4 hours. After that, thin sections or slices are cut, what we call as TS or transverse sections of root, of stem and of the petiole of the leaf or the leaf lamina here from the center. When we will observe these sections, we will find that xylem and phloem, which were occurring together in bundles, a vascular bundle, looks somewhat like this, having xylem here and phloem here. So wherever xylem was present in these vascular bundles, these are all parts of vascular bundle, it would stain red in color, because the water used here was red. And upward conduction of water and minerals, what we call as ascent of sap, occurs through the xylem. So we notice that wherever xylem is there, its vessels get stained red or deep pink in color. Hence this proves that upward conduction of water occurs through the xylem. So you are asked what is your observation? We will observe xylem stains red. Reason, because xylem is responsible for ascent of sap. Here also, if oil is added, purpose would be same, to prevent surface evaporation. Another question that is asked is, why is the water colored? Now we know that originally water is colorless, and if we see that water here, we won't be able to notice its presence, because water is colorless. To make its presence felt, we need to color it, so that colored stain is visible here. These are the questions which are put up on this setup.